S.E.T.I, science knows that information comes from intelligence. S.E.T.I stands for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. They have a bunch of satellites all over the planet just pointed out into space listening. What are they listening for? They're looking for intelligence, they're searching for intelligence, but they're looking for information because they know that information comes from intelligence. Atheist scientists know that information comes from intelligence. We know this, it's common sense. She says something at the end of this clip that I want you to pay close attention to.
Come on. All right, it's restarting. Wait a minute. Those are numbers. That was a 3. The one before it was a 2. Base 10 numbers. Just start counting now. See how far we can get. 1. 7. Those are primes. 2, 3, 5, 7. Those are all prime numbers. And there's no way that's a natural phenomenon.
No way that's a natural phenomenon. Science knows that information comes from intelligence. Why does that matter? Because DNA and these complex molecular machines is positive evidence for an intelligent designer. Why does that matter? Because one of the things that atheist scientists accuse us of regularly is what's called the God of the gaps argument, which says we don't understand something, throw in this fairy tale God to explain it. We don't need to understand. Science has never observed complex specified information coming from anything other than intelligence. In other words, they're believing on blind faith that information came from no source of intelligence, but science has never observed that. There's never been any evidence of that whatsoever. Science has, however, observed information coming from intelligence. The problem is that when you come to the table of science with the presupposition that there's nothing supernatural, you cannot follow the evidence where it leads. Good science should be able to just follow the evidence where it leads. Look at the data and come to a reasonable conclusion. Look at John loves Mary written in the sand and say, oh, there was a John and there's a Mary, even though I don't see him anywhere. Because we know that information comes from intelligence. And yet the simplest amoeba, the DNA, is like an encyclopedia. Imagine you walk up on the beach and you see an encyclopedia's worth of information written in the sand. Are you ever going to come to the conclusion that wind and waves wrote that in the sand? No. That's unreasonable, blind faith.